Hello and welcome, everybody. We're so excited to see you this week. My name is Margaret Maddox, and I'm the president of Chapter AR, Kentucky P.E.O. And I am so excited about this week's self-care series opportunity. This is for me like the cherry on top of the amazing dessert that we've been having. This is night yoga with Rhonda Hanneken. Rhonda is she started her yoga career being trained as a praise moves instructor, and she has continued learning all kinds of amazing things. She is going to be sharing with us tonight specifically about breath. But for this particular self-care series, we're going to ask you to get comfortable. You can lay on the ground or on a yoga mat, or you can even get comfortable on your bed. Make sure you're wearing some comfortable clothes that you can move in, but we want you to, so if you're not there yet, pause this video, go get comfortable, go get your mat, and then come back and join us for night yoga with Rhonda Hanneken. So without any further ado, I'm going to turn the spotlight over to Rhonda. Rhonda, welcome.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. I'm glad you're here. And the first thing I want to talk about, I want to say that we're going to be a little bit informal. I'm on the floor in my family room. And really, this is about relaxing. So I don't want you to think of exercising or working out right now. This is about relaxing. And I want to let you know that we're here to show ourselves some love. And I don't want you to think that anything has to be right or perfect. We're all individuals. We're all at different levels of comfort or flexibility. Some of these poses we're doing tonight can be done in a chair. It's really focusing on the breathing tonight. Most of this I will do on the floor tonight because that's how I designed this one for evening. But I really want to talk about first, and I don't want to bore you, but maybe that will even help you relax. I want to talk about the art of breathing. Every 33 seconds, 16 times a minute, 960 times every hour, 20,000 times every day, 670 million times a lifetime, we take a breath. And every breath sucks in 6 trillions of air. Those molecules that help build our bones, they help our blood, they help build our muscles, our brains, our organs. Every part of our body is affected by what we breathe in. We tend to think of breathing in really simplistic terms. We don't have to make ourselves breathe. We breathe. That's the way we were created. We breathe in oxygen. We exhale carbon dioxide. We breathe in fresh energy. We exhale stale energy. But breathing is what equates to life. It's not simple at all. And it's something we should all think about more, even people that have been trained in their athletic training or yoga practices. We forget sometimes it's important to just stop and breathe. Breathing helps our performance. It optimizes our body and our work. It helps us build strength. So when we breathe correctly, what I'm talking about is breathing in through your abdomen. It allows the diaphragm to leave enough room for the lungs to expand all the way. It maximizes the volume of the oxygen we can take into our body because our bodies need that. Again, every organ needs that oxygen. And even when exercising, working out, doing other kinds of training, maybe even working in the garden, having the right amount of oxygen and breathing correctly can help avoid potential breathing injuries. And those can be things like dislocated ribs, hernias. It really is important to train our body and know how to breathe correctly. So a question might be, how do you know if you're breathing correctly? You want to do what we call belly breathing. And the way I taught this in my yoga classes is if you put a hand on your stomach and you take a breath, you want the lower part of your stomach to raise first. If you're standing in front of a mirror and you take a breath in through your nose, you want your belly to grow and shrink instead of our shoulders and chest raising and lowering. If you pay attention, sometimes somebody who gets out of breath, that's the first thing that happens. All of this goes up and down, and that's not the proper way to breathe or to get that oxygen in that you need. One of the things I've learned in working out is that if you do breathe properly, your stamina is better and you're getting that oxygen. You don't tire out as quickly. Things with health issues, if you're breathing properly, it relieves stress. It just is so important to our bodies and our mental health, our spiritual health, our physical health, all really depend on breathing correctly. So sometime I would encourage you to stand in front of your mirror and take some good deep breaths in through your nose, out through your nose. And that's a whole nother chapter. I think we could do an entire series on breathing properly, because there's a lot to it. There's certain kinds of breathing. There's different kinds of relaxation breathing. So I just want you to think about that. Anytime throughout the day, stop once in a while and practice some of the breathing that we're gonna do here tonight. Yoga is the quintessence of optimal breathing. Yoga teachings in the very beginning were really focused just on breathing. And then later on the practice, it evolved to the asanas, or the postures and movements. And that coincided with the breathing. So the word yoga means union, and it all starts with, guess what? Breathing. The poses are secondary. The breath is what helps us become connected to our body. And the breath also allows us to stay present with our body and supports you in listening. So very, very important. When you bring focus to your breath, it relaxes and calms the body. Then that allows the muscles to relax and you gain greater mobility. That's how people get more flexible, just by doing yoga, is you gain that mobility by breathing into and letting the muscles relax. So again, we might have to have a whole nother series on breathing, but for tonight, we're going to start to just focus on our breath. And I would like to do what they call a 4-count box breathing. So we're going to inhale through our nose for my count of 4. We're going to hold that breath for a count of 4, and then we're going to exhale through the nose for a count of 4. Now remember, we're not trying to expand or raise our chest. You're breathing into your belly. If it helps you to put a hand on your belly to make sure that's what's raising first, then put that there to keep you conscious of that. So we're just going to exhale in for 4 through your nose. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to hold that for 4, 2, 3, 4, and exhale through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do it again. Inhale through your nose. Hold it for 4. And exhale through your nose. And as you focus on that, each time you can inhale a little more slowly, exhale even more slowly. And that's going to bring that oxygen into your body, help your muscles be calm, relaxed, more flexible. So is anybody, before we start poses, is everyone going to, for those of you that are here, are you going to be on the floor? I know Jan's going to be in a chair. I'm getting some no's, I'm getting some yeses. So what I want to say is, I'm going to do mine on the floor, but if you think through these, if we're sitting cross-legged, what you're going to do is sit up straight in your chair, put your both feet on the floor. So you don't want to be sitting back or arched back, but you want to think about your spine being straight. Your feet are on the floor, and you can do the breathing with us. And some of the stretching you'll be able to do without getting out of your chair. So all the while, if it's a movement you can't do because you're in a chair, think about breathing through a stretch, and I'll try to cue you as we go through that. And we're going to start. If you're on the floor, we're just going to sit cross-legged. In our dance classes, we call that crisscross applesauce. And you're just going to put your hands on your legs, Can be your knees, your thighs, wherever you're comfortable. If you're sitting in a chair, your feet are flat on the floor, your back is straight. I want you to remember to keep your shoulders down. We tend to want to do this and raise up when we get stressed. You want to make sure your shoulders are loose and you're not crunching them up to your ears. We're going to inhale and slowly exhale. Let's do that one more time. Inhale and exhale. And then I'd like you to just very gently and slowly roll your neck, making a circle. Remember, this is slow. Keep your shoulders relaxed. It's kind of as if you're drawing a circle with the end of your nose. You can do this on the floor. You could do this sitting on your bed. You can do it in your chair. It's very slow. Make sure you're breathing. Shoulders are relaxed. If you hit a spot in your neck that's a little tight, you can rock your head a little bit, kind of loosen that up. Close your eyes, get connected to your body. You can reverse that circle and go the other way. Remember, we're trying to relax the stress of the day away. We're not in a hurry. And then reverse that circle one more time. Go the other direction. Make sure you're breathing. And then just bring your head back to a neutral position. We're going to inhale, and as you exhale, we're going to inhale and raise our arms above our head and bring our palms together. So we're going to inhale up, put your palms together and exhale, bringing your hands to your heart. And while you're in this pose, you're going to breathe deep. Think about pressing your shoulder blades together in the back. And then I want you to just very gently bow your head, bring your chin to your chest. Take a couple of deep belly breaths here, in through your nose, out through your nose. As you're breathing, think about the top of your head being open and the stress of the day just flying away. Just let it go. We're here to relax, help the muscles in our body to calm down, loosen our shoulders. Close your eyes, soften your forehead. Then inhale, and as you exhale, bring your hands back down to your knees. Your chin is still on your chest. And then gently roll your head back up slowly to neutral. Now, if you're on the floor, you're going to bring your left heel into your body and extend your right leg out. I'm going to move so you can see my legs. You're going to extend your right leg. Your foot is going to stay flexed. And again, we're breathing. Only do this to a comfortable position. If you can only get your foot in a little bit, that's fine. If you can bring it all the way in, that's fine. It's going to be your comfort level. You get where you can see me. So it's about comfort. Remember, we're not trying to hurt ourselves. We don't want to create pain. And we're going to inhale and raise our arms. And as you exhale, you're going to reach over towards your right leg. If you're sitting in your chair, you can just have both your feet on the floor and lean forward towards your knee a little bit. Make sure you're breathing. If you can only bring your hands to your thighs, that's okay. If you can go to your shin, that's okay. Or if you're flexible and you can go all the way to your foot, that's all right. Whatever stretch is comfortable for you. And in this position, you're going to inhale and exhale. Remember, we're doing that belly breathing. Inhale and exhale. And as you exhale, you can feel that your muscles might want to go into that stretch a little more. Again, we're not forcing anything, we're just trying to relax. Make sure you're breathing. Again, your shoulders are soft. Now we're going to inhale and roll up. Bring your spine up first and then your chin. Your left hand is going to go to your side and that right arm is going to stretch up over your head. So we're kind of opening up that oblique muscle. We're opening up what we just had all folded in. This is going to open that back up. Take a deep breath here. And in on your next inhale, we're going to bring that arm down, bring both arms back to your legs. And we're going to switch sides. So your left leg will be extended now and your right leg will come in again. And you may be more flexible on one side than the other, and that's okay. Just going to bring that other leg in. You're going to inhale up and exhale down the other way. If you're in a chair, you're just going to exhale forward. Inhale and exhale. Again, only as far into the stretch as you're comfortable. Make sure you're breathing. You want to take that deep breath, and as you exhale, you can feel those muscles relax more. We're going to inhale. On your next exhale, we're going to straighten back up, roll up the spine and the chin, bring the right arm to your side, and the left arm is going to sweep up and stretch the other direction. Take a couple of good breaths here. Inhale, and on your next exhale, you're going to bring your arms back to your hands back to your legs. And if you're on the floor, put the soles of your feet together and just kind of relax into that. You can put your hands on your knees, they can be on your shins, on your feet. If you're sitting in a chair, you want to think again about your posture and your breathing, and you can just put your hands on your knees and lean forward some with us. If you're on the floor and the soles of your feet together, you're going to put your hands on your ankles or your feet. Put your chin down on your chest. Take some deep breaths here. Close your eyes. Relax your forehead. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed. Take a good inhale, and on your exhale, I want you to begin to roll your spine up one vertebrae at a time. Your chin is going to be the last thing to come up. And then think about those feet. If you're in a chair, put your hands on your knees, maybe give yourself a good knee massage. If you're on the floor and your feet are together, give yourself a good foot massage. Rub the arches of your feet, the whole bottoms up to your toes, the tops of your feet. Think about all the places that your feet have taken you, your knees have taken you. One thing I know about knees is they're a symbol of moving forward, and your feet move you. So think about and be grateful for all the places that your legs have taken you. You can massage your ankles a little bit. Remember, you're giving yourself self-love, taking care of yourself. Massage those arches. Don't forget about your toes. Now we're going to begin to journey down to our mat. If you're in a chair, you can put your arms back a little. If you can, hold on to the back edge of your chair. If you're on the floor, just our elbows are going to come to the mat right now. Put the soles of your feet together, and you're going to take your chest is open. Take a good inhale and exhale. If you're in a chair, put your shoulders back, your arms are hold on to the edge of your chair. Again, you're going to breathe with us. And then we're going to journey on down to the mat. So the soles of your feet are still together. If you're in your chair, I want you to close your eyes. Think about relaxing your body. If you're on your mat, the soles of your feet are together. You can put your hands on your belly and focus on that belly breathing. And just take a minute to breathe right here. Your shoulders are relaxed. Your legs are getting heavy. Let your jaw relax. If you're sitting in your chair, you can do this. You can relax completely. Make sure your shoulders aren't crunched up to your ears. Make sure your belly breathing. Make sure your face and your jaw are relaxed. If anything crosses your mind that you think you have to do later, or you have to do tomorrow, or you forgot to do today, let it go right now. This is about your time, taking care of your body. Now inhale, and on your next exhale, if you're on the floor, slowly bring your hands down to the side of your legs, the top of your thigh. And one at a time, you're going to bring the soles of your feet to the mat, because we're not rushing anything. So your feet are on the mat, and now one at a time, you're going to bring your knees in, and you have them both, and just give them a little hug. If you're in your chair, I would suggest that you hold your arms and give yourself a hug. Think about even maybe a little massage in those muscles in your elbows. And if you're in your chair, you can roll your shoulders around a bit, loosen them up. If you're on the floor hugging your knees, you can rock a little bit, work out some of the kinks. And all the while, we're breathing. Take a good inhale. On your next exhale, you're going to bring your legs out long on the floor. Your arms are just comfortable by your side. Your eyes are closed. If you're in your chair, your hands are on your lap. Your shoulders are relaxed. Your eyes are closed. Your forehead is soft. And you're breathing. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Remember, you're breathing in love. You're breathing out love. And you're relaxing your body. Take a few more deep breaths here. If you're on your mat, begin to wiggle your toes. Kind of wake some of that up. Move your legs around a little. Wiggle your fingers. If you're in your chair, you can start to rock your head a little. Wiggle your fingers. Open your eyes. Now, this is a good practice that you can do if you're ready to go to bed, to do some really good breathing, get really relaxed, and just stay in your bed and go to sleep. If it's something you're doing to relax at some other part of the day, getting up from here, you should always be careful. You're going to wiggle around to wake your body back up, but you should roll to one side and bend your knees. And as you get up, you want to put your top hand on the floor, and you're going to push up through that arm. You're not going to hurt your back or your side or your abdomen this way. So push up with your hands and come back to a seated position slowly. Let's take one really good inhale and exhale. Hopefully that brought you some relaxation. I didn't think it would last an entire hour, because that evening relaxation is one you just want to do and get ready for bed. But we have lots of practices that we can do together in the future. And I do have a lot of seated yoga things we can do together as well. So I'm very glad you're all here tonight. And anyone who's watching the video later, very thankful for you as well. Thank you all for letting me share with you.
Thanks, Rhonda. That was great.
Thank you.
Rhonda, thank you so much for sharing
fell
with us
asleep.
your gift of yoga. And we are just so thankful for everyone who has shared their gifts with us during this self-care series. I'm sure we're going to be doing something like this again, so you can certainly look for that. We are Chapter AR of Kentucky P.E.O. And we thank you so much for tuning in, and we hope that you have a good night.